Hello and welcome to Project Africa presentation video. I was told to make other presentation video. So here we are. Let's go through a little bit what Project Africa is about. Project Africa is not about to take loads of money from people and send them to Africa to some leaders that they put in the pocket and live a luxury life in Monaco or Marbella or wherever. Actually, our idea is not to send money or collect money and things. Our idea is to make a final end of poverty in Africa. So how will that be done? That will be done with a model from Sweden. Sweden was going cashless for many years ago. We are not talking about any cryptocurrency now. We are talking about cashless economy, not about cryptocurrency. Sweden still using Swedish in kronor, SEK. They have not taken that away. The difference is that the cash circulation is not main part of the cash circulation is gone. So most of the people need to use card, mobile payment, internet, or other payment system than cash, because basically cash using is will be more costly than cashless. So if you're using cash, they take commissions, so the price may be different and things like that, because then the company need to take that cash into the bank and pay commission for to change that cash into cashless. So we are planning to do the similar things in Africa. In Africa, cashless is nothing new. Many countries, people is already using cashless. They have mobile payment systems, so they pay with the mobiles, and they need first, of course, top up the mobile with the money, and then pay with it in stores, shops, and things like that. So we are only going to connect that system into the bank account system, so people can use them directly from the account. The difference with cashless is that today African economy is in many African countries very corrupt. So people is going and taking the money from the printer when they're passing by, and no one has any idea where the money goes. So it's very important that we get a controlled system in Africa. Control also by the government, because the government need to know who has money and where the money goes and things like that. So, for example, today 80 to 90% of the businesses in Africa doesn't pay any taxes at all. That is a huge amount. So no wonder that the African economy doesn't go so very well. With the cashless system that we are going to implant will be very automatic. So automatic because there will be not possible to corrupt the system. If it will be corrupt the system, the public and everyone will be knowing that, because it will be a transparent cashless system. But this way the government will get these companies, 80 to 90% companies, businesses that doesn't pay the taxes, the government will get them automatically. The government will automatically cash these taxes before they get into the company and businesses accounts. We are not talking about any huge amount, not any 50%, 60 or 80%. We are talking about small percent, because even a small percent will help a lot, because the main idea is, of course, to grow the economy, not to pull down the economy. So even a small example, 10% taxation will be help a lot. If 80 to 90% of the businesses pay 10% in taxation, and that won't be affecting much of the businesses' revenue. So this is the main thing that Africa will be making money by themselves. But cashless economy will be bring other thing, because as it is in Sweden, it's a transparent cashless economy. Transparent cashless economy is that people, you and me, we can see who using the government money, what they are using it for. And this is very important, because if anyone starting to use government payment system or credit cards or whatever for their own benefits, people will know it. And Sweden is very clear that if someone, political leader or any political party, starting to use the credit card for to pay the taxi at home, maybe $5 or $10, it doesn't matter. It's in the headlines next day. All the newspaper is writing about it, that they have been using the government card for to go with taxi to home. So this kind of system we need in Africa as well, because this will helping people in Africa to act when these kind of things happen. And other thing is that it will bring safe economy, a safe haven for investors. And international investors will be more attracted to come to Africa and invest when they know that there is a safer economy and a controlled economy, that people's, or the money that they invest in, the people doesn't take the money and walk away and disappear in the same way as it's today. So with this, we are looking into get much more companies into Africa, also the companies that is in Africa, to pay their taxes. We are looking to individual people, that individual people won't be paying any taxes at all. What we are looking into, possible to integrate a VAT system, value add tax system. This will be bringing in money from when people is buying, for example, cars, luxury things, luxury goods, homes and things like that. But value add tax we don't like to put in foods and things like that people need, but on luxury things and things like that. So with this, we're looking to make a huge tax boost, tax revenue in the country. Many of me are asking, what about leaders in the country? What about political leaders in the country? What about them? Yeah, the political leaders is leader because they want money. They want money and power. When we get 80 to 90% more in tax revenue, plus maybe a couple of 100% or maybe up to 1,000% more in tax revenue during the years from companies and businesses that coming to the country and investing in the country. Of course, this will bring something in the political pockets as well, or political leaders' pocket as well. So they won't be empty, but that is why they are leaders. Anyway, the main issue or main thing that we need to do is to start when the moment is a national salary system. We are not talking about national salary system that in USA or Europe that need to be thousands of euros. We are talking about national salary system that is below the GDP or half of the GDP. So maybe 50 or $100 per month per person, adult person. That will be bringing an end of the poverty in Africa. When we are looking up about the GDP numbers in Africa, we see, for example, Malawi. Malawi had as low as $20 per month in GDP per person. $20. Remember that $20 is including the rich persons as well. So we see on these numbers that the poor person maybe have $1 or $2 or nothing to live on. So this is very important that we get in the beginning, first phase, to get the national salary as soon as possible. So then we get to the next question. When people are getting the salary for not to do anything, there won't be anyone that working. That is correct. That is the idea as well, that people should not work. They should be educate themselves. They should be learning to read, write, count, and this will be done with our distance education program. So distance education program will be helping people to learn the basics. So what about all these investors and manufacturers and companies that will be coming into the Africa and produce? Where do they find workers? Our main idea is to, because I myself is a computer or industrial computer engineering or programmer, CNC operator or programmer. So the idea is to have automatic robotic manufacturing and 3D manufacturing. You can see, for example, Siemens factories manufacturer. They have machinery and they are very professional on this. And to have 3D manufacturing robotic automatic production, we can have a production 24/7. And in our idea is to power Africa is to use huge solar farms to give the power. And of course, the industrial, they will be paying for the electricity. Here we come into Bill Gates' idea. Bill Gates told once that if a robot take a human's work, then the robot should be paying taxes. So this is what we are going to do. So we are making the robots that working 24/7 to pay the taxes. So there will be more revenue for the government. And the good thing with robots, they never complain about taxes. They don't complain that they are working too much or too hard or whatever. So they don't have that problems. Some maintenance need always to be done with them. But anyway, we have a technical solution is pretty much easy. That we are, or I have been planning these things that, for example, ecological process to use old dead mining areas, old mining caves, tap them with the solar farm, and part of the solar farm will be producing water from the night condense, and will be millions of liters of water every night, and during the day it will be producing energy. And we'll have also these solar farms with new generation wind energy system. So under in the cave there will be the battery park for to conserve all this, and the water and the electricity, and the same pipeline it will be going to the city or and power the city. We are looking also into to start to build up new cities. That will be done with 3D pre-constructed system. Pretty much is 3D printers that will be constructing new cities or pieces to new cities. For example, the rest from the mining will be cleaned, and rest will be putting into the printing system that take the energy from the solar farm and print out new houses. We will also use some plastic rests. We have lots of ghettos in Africa, so that is built on plastic mountains. These plastic mountains will be part of the raw material that we need for to 3D print materials and stuffs. So it will be much recycling processing in the production, in the printing, and stuff like that. We look to in Africa to produce everything that we need in Africa. So the main goal is to make Africa independent, so Africa can produce computers, screens, solar panels, 3D printers, all the food they have already, so they don't need to import any food from anywhere. So pretty much everything that we'll need for the process, we will be making in the future inside Africa, and also this will be much of this will be for the exportation. So this is like I told, ecological process. Other thing is also a mining process. We are looking into, or have been creating a ecological mining process that is pretty much surface mining, and that will be using a way that will not make dust in the air. So this is very important that we are getting this as done as well. That the mining process can continue, but should be that they are not making any harm for the people. Also that the rests that they are leaving, if they are leaving the rests of machinery things in the mined area, then they need to pay for it, for the government to clean this up. And we want that the governments obligate the miners to restore the nature where they have been destroying it. So this is one part of these things, but this is pretty much up to the government how they want to do it. But this is what we suggest to the governments that they do. We remember that Project Africa is completely independent from any religion, any political party, any political system, or any ideological system. We are not promoting any religion at all. We are not political dependent of anything. We are not even dependent of United Nations or any main organization. We are not under United Nations organization or anyone. So we are completely 101% independent from everything. So and we want to keep this way. People from different religion is of course welcome. So and we have peace in our organization. It's completely forbidden to start to terrorize others because of their religion, belief, or views, or things like that. Also, racism is completely forbidden in Project Africa. There is a huge amount of other things that we are looking into in the future. The security in Africa, for example, they use lots of drone security. Police and legal forces will have drones that will be flying drones that will be helping them to fight. For example, in the DRC, there's lots of problems, and with these drones, they can eliminate and track down a group of criminals, and also without the criminals know that they are tracked down, because there is different drones technology that can be used for to track people, and with the heat cameras in the night, and also it's possible to use other drones to listening what they are talking about, what they are planning, and things like that. This will be a lot in big use in Africa. We plan to put a drone security system for miners and mining companies and things like that they will have control over the areas, and they will know a lot of times before attack coming or criminals coming or anything like that. For example, a few drones can eliminate a group of criminals of 50, 100 people with gas, for example, knockout gas. We are not out after killing anyone. We don't support that. We support that everything going in the justice way. So when this is done, eliminated the criminal group, the police forces can come with a few, 3-4 people, and bring them into a bus or arrest them and bring them in front of justice. This is very important. But there is a huge amount of things that we are going to work on. Our 3D printed houses with food processes inside the house. We'll have vertical farms inside the house construction, and our road processes that we will be working on, and many things. We are going to use Chinese technology to build to make it possible to build a 64 building in 3 weeks. So we can have business center and commercial centers up in a few months with the roads and everything, and energy and everything. So this is going to happen very fast. So we are going to do pretty much similar that China has already done. Remember that we are not supporting China in any way. We are not supporting China's Silk Road or China's ideology in any way. We are happy that they want to work in Africa as well, but we know why they are doing, and the deals, every deals they have been done in Africa, we are very aware and knowledge of the deals and what they want with Africa. So what Project Africa want, it is only for Africa. We don't want for anything outside Africa. We want Africa to be independent and self-walking, and so it will be possible for everyone to live. This will be also helping us here in Europe and USA, because we will have a lot less refugees, a lot less problem in this part of the world. When we have terminated or make Africa as a continent where people can live and healthy and good life in. And that is also part of Project Africa's mission here in Europe, that we will inform Africans what happened when they really go as refugee, when they leave the country and they come here. Many end up in criminology, terrorism, and prostitution, drugs, and many also is kidnapped by Africans, and to force them to give money and pay money. So there's lots of problems for Africans when they come here. So we do not recommend anyone to start a life as a refugee and to come to Europe or anywhere as a refugee, because these usually end up very bad. So we are going through big changes now in Project Africa. We are growing, we're coming more countries thanks to our Superman in Burundi. Yes, we have a Superman in Burundi. His name is Oscar, and he is doing huge work. He is the coordinator for all African countries. So anyone want to join Project Africa in Africa, so contact Oscar at project in the middle africa.net. So he's a very good person for this. We need, of course, support, economical support. Our last fundraising gave us €68, so it wasn't much. And we have during 2017-2018 we have a total economy of €900 for 2 years together. So we are now also going through some processes for the governments to get international possibility to get international registration, and we are waiting for this to happen in the nearby time. So stay updated with this. I remember, if you have possibility to support anyway or join us in any way, so please contact us on project-in-the-middle-africa.net and our website, or any of us, Oscar or me, or any of the country's leaders that you will be seeing in the website. On the upper corner you will have the countries, and you can select from there. So Thank you for watching. Hopefully this will helping a little bit. We time to work and continue to with the huge project that we have in the front of us. Thank you for watching.